cloudy. Can you take your like some cloth and
Yeah,
wipe your
hold on.
screen?
Yeah,
Wipe
yeah.
your.
Hold on. How's that? Is
Oh
that
man,
better?
you got a thing going on right there.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's cool right there.
All right.
Good to meet you, my friend.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How's the weather out there in New Mexico?
Right now it's cloudy. It was snowing earlier, and I'm hoping we can get above freezing.
Get out of here.
No, it's cold today.
That is something.
Yeah, it's definitely cold today.
Well, I'm excited to make your acquaintance. I'm looking at your questionnaire, and it looks like you have some experience with doing real estate.
Yeah, I've been at it now. Let's see, February 2021 will be 5 years.
Good for you, friend. Good for you. So tell
Yeah.
me a little bit. Give me a 40,000. Give us a 40,000 foot view of just what your business looks like, if you don't mind.
Okay, my company, I actually have a couple of LLCs and C Corps and whatnot, but the first company I started was Nickel Mesa Real Estate Investment. And my first home that I got renovated was a home that we personally owned in New Mexico. We started it's me now. It's only me, and so
It went from we to me.
yeah, it was my wife, my late wife.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's been gone for about 10 months now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
No, that's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so we started with a home we owned, and we renovated it. And we got the ideas from we took a real estate training from Rich Dad and Robert Kiyosaki. One of his companies he had started, I think he had sold it, but it was the name was Elite Legacy.
Yeah.
So we went through their courses for 2 years, and between going to all the courses live, and then I took them each. My late wife was a nurse, so she was still working, and I had 25 years with Chevron, so I had left. My last job was overseas in Africa, and so I was tired of being on the road. And so this was something I've always wanted to do. I had read the Robert Kiyosaki books, and so I just took a dive and started. Got the education, and got going with my first rental. It renovated it, and right now it's been rented for, it'll be 5 years now. And I get about $1,400 a month. It's paid off completely.
Nice.
The renovations were right under 20,000. All of that has been recouped, and now it's all just cash cow, really. And so I added a second one with a self-directed IRA purchase, and that is here in Albuquerque. And recently I just added another a townhouse, and thank goodness it just got rented yesterday, and I got it purchased first part of November. Took us 3 weeks to renovate, paint mostly, electrical upgrades, furnace, windows, doors. Got it done for under 15. Bought it for right around 50% of the ARV. And it was a pocket listing, so it never hit the MLS. So my realtor did her job and brought it to me, and I bought it with cash.
Gotcha.
So now I'm looking at, I since sold my my personal home because it was just too big for one guy. And my kids are all on their own now.
Nice.
So I sold it, and I moved into a townhome. And so I've been marketing. I market to distressed sellers mostly.
Yeah.
I don't do bandit signs just because I feel like I get a better return rate on mailings.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a property that we're going to talk about today that came across my desk, and it took me 4 mailings
You've
before
been
the
working on
person
this. Okay.
called me back. And so they now they used to live here in Albuquerque, and they live now in Indiana.
Okay.
And the house has been sitting empty for about 6 months now. And I've driven by it, and it's in a really good location.
Nice.
And so it's about 2,300 square feet.
Wow.
And again, it's just me. But I thought, why not buy a home for myself, subject to?
Excellent train of thought. Why not?
Yeah, why not? So I followed you on YouTube. I've purchased your products, and then I also follow Bill Bronchick
Yeah.
also, and I've purchased some of his training too.
Yeah.
It's just I've never had the idea of, and I've done some fix and flips too.
Okay.
And wholesaled some properties too. And I'm very fortunate to where now I don't need a W-2.
Good.
I don't need a W-2. I prefer not to work. I prefer to build my own dream versus Chevron's dream for their shareholders, which is good for them, but not good for me. So I'd rather invest in my own companies and build my own dream, because right now, what I have that's more valuable is time.
There you
And
go.
that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Money's irrelevant.
The dollar figures.
You can make that money back.
Yeah, I have the time to do whatever I want. If I want to go have lunch with my kids, I can go have lunch with my kids. If I want to go to the golf course, I'll go to the golf course. If I want to work in my office at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, and work. And that's just the freedom that I have that I didn't have. So that's why. So now the subject to came in, and I have always been wanting to do a subject to. I've toyed the idea around with my title company, and I never had a deal, an actual, for example, deal to go with them. So that's why I thought, well, this is a really good deal. If you know, I live in it for 2, maybe 3 years, and then I decide I want to move somewhere else, or I get a different property that's smaller, I could lease option it, you know, and sell it to a family that could use the 2,300 square feet.
That's right.
And then I will have then built a lot more equity and make a lot more profit. And since I would have lived in it 2 of the last 5 years, now the profit is not taxable. So
That's true.
So there you go.
Let's look at this number. So the deal came in. You've been working them. We talked a few weeks ago. You've been doing some negotiating, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I mean, really they just want out of it completely. They live in Indiana, and they want to they just want their name. They just don't want to pay for it anymore. Is what I get.
Gotcha.
So I have the money where I could right now, if I wanted to buy it for cash, I could, but why tie up all that cash if I can get it with the subject to?
That's right.
So that's really why I'm on this phone call with you.
Let's do it. Okay, so you got all that. You've been really grinding. So round after day, we're gonna just go over these numbers with Ed, and so I want to see exactly what he's got. I looked at some of the stuff he sent over. Whew. Now, tell me about your title company. They're cool with it. Very rarely do I find new subject to title people that understand this stuff.
Well, I what I explained to her was what the whole process, and I said, once I do get an actual subject to, I'm going to send it to you, and then from there we can walk through the whole situation, and you're going to be able to. But in the past, she's told me that they don't handle wraps that deal with the federal government.
You don't have to do a wrap. I mean,
yeah, I don't have to do a wrap on this. So I was trying to explain. There's number one, there's a lot of realtors out there, and there's a lot of brokers out there, real estate brokers. There's a lot of just people in general that don't understand that you can buy homes without banks.
We'll leave them alone, right? We'll let them stay in their world.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to I've given up the hope of even explaining it to them.
Please do. You're gonna end up like me.
Yeah.
Don't, Ed, please don't try to make people understand. They come around when they get ready, okay?
Yeah. So really, I'm just trying to do this deal. So now I can get more confidence. So now that I can do it for my kids,
Yeah.
so they can then have their own homes with subject to deals. Then
Yep.
wherever they want to decide to have their families, and then they have subject twos, and it's owned by a land trust.
I love
Now,
it.
yeah, and my other companies, they're owned by LLCs.
Okay.
And so they each have their own bank account.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm familiar with. And I do have one property, the self-directed IRA, that now has a non-recourse loan on it. And so I just have cash with it, looking to invest more. So and the renters pay for the mortgage, so I'm good to go there. So
good. So let's, before we get to the docs and everything, you're straight on the deal. Today we want to just go over because you got the docs. I'm looking here, man. You got all this stuff set up. You understanding, filling out the documents. Looks like you got some of Bill's stuff too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, good God, he is the subject to attorney. You know.
Yeah.
So where we at? Where you want to start at, brother? You can get Bill on here though. Shit, he's gonna cost a lot more than me.
Well, basically, I get the deals that come in. It's the subject to being something that's new to me, that I wasn't taught via a classroom or via taking a class online. So
that's okay. You were taught the new way. The new way people are learning is on the internet, brother.
Yeah, so that's why. And like I said, I do have all the docs. I have attended your classes via YouTube.
Yep.
And so this is kind of like my Christmas gift to myself through you. So rather than me buy something goofy, a golf club or something like that, this is investing in myself, and I'll get this back, eventually with more subject to homes.
That's right. That's cool. Well, congratulations, brother Ed. Congratulations. All right, so you got the purchase and sale agreement? I didn't see that.
I think it was the subject to purchase. I know I sent you a lot of documents.
Oh, I see it here. I think I got a baby that's dying. Hold on one second, Ed.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I know.
Is somebody dying?
Everything okay?
Sorry, Ed. Baby, man, he just went crazy. Went crazy.
No, I don't. My youngest is 20 now, so I don't. I don't envy you.
All right.
Not even my grandbabies.
I'm sorry.
My grandbabies. My youngest is now 2.5. So
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky.
So yeah, you get to drop them off. Okay.
That's right.
Sorry about that. My wife. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, I got you.
So let's say purchase and sale agreement. I mean, you got the Mac Daddy stuff here. You got so much that we could cover. Wow, reinstatement.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's from Wells Fargo. They sent that to me.
Okay, let me bring this up here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up so we can go over this stuff. I didn't know
All
this
right.
is. You should hold on here. All right, let's go over this numbers here. You sure you straight on the numbers? We don't need to go over the numbers or what? Because I'm nervous.
We can. I mean, that's really up to how you teach it and everything.
So, what is up with this? It looks like these people. What is their motivation? What happened to this seller?
They got let go from their job. They used to work at Intel, which is a big employer in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, which is just would be north of Albuquerque, about an hour.
Gotcha. I'm scared about this. Tell me what the house is worth.
Okay, the house is worth right now $230,000.
And the monthly payment?
Monthly PITI is right at right around $950. Just say $1,000.
That is for a 2,300 square feet house.
Yeah.
How many beds and baths is it?
3 bed, 2 bath.
1 car or 2 car?
2 car.
Yeah, everybody got garages out there, right? That's like standard.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Man, you got. Hold on, let me do this. What are the rents?
The rents in the area can vary anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500 per month.
I got my ARV monthly's that, but you are not in a 100% investment mode because
Correct.
you're going to live in it as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I'm looking at. I like the area where I'm living. I like the townhome, but I also want to be able to have something for my kids if they want to come over and visit, stay, whatever. So right now I just have a 2-bedroom. One bedroom is my office, and the other is my bedroom.
What's the rent? If you don't mind me asking, what you paying rent on that?
It's right at $1,000.
You already?
Yeah.
I mean, you already paying $1,000. All right.
So that's why I'm trying to get into my own place.
Okay, cool. So we got that. What type of repairs does it need to be livable?
Right now, it's livable.
So it doesn't need anything.
I mean, I would probably go in with my guys and maybe do some paint.
Let's say 5,000.
Yeah, I would say probably rears. Yeah, 5,000, just 5K.
Yeah, which is nothing. I mean,
yeah,
5,000 is as we both get older in our business, you could spend $5,000 on nothing. I mean, you're like, damn, you spent $5,000.
All
right. Now, total amount owed before arrears.
Okay, before arrears, they owe $121,000 right now. The current principal.
121K, and the arrears I'm looking at here.
Yeah, the total should be there at 33 something.
We got 33.
Excuse me. Yeah.
33. I always round up for 34,000.
Yeah, 34,000 then.
And then we got. Okay, they're adding all this together.
Yeah. Well, I added that
With that.
to get
Okay.
that 33.4 or 34,000.
Adair Townhome. Okay. 34,000. So rears is that. Let me type that in here. Mortgage. Rears. And last time they made a payment? It's been over a year. No.
Yeah, but it's been
3
about
years.
almost 2.5 years, something like that. And the HOA, some of the liens go back to, I believe it was 2016. So they would pay here and there on the HOA.
That's crazy, man. So you put that in there. You don't even have to. Shoot, you don't have to pay that. You can take it with leave the HOA and just make payments on it.
Yeah, and I haven't called them. I was gonna want to get it into the land trust name first, and then give them a call and say, hey, I'm the managing member of this land trust, and I want to make minimal payments on whatever's due. We're gonna come current. We just can't afford it all right now.
Good point. Or they might even give you a discount. You never know.
Yeah, and or if they would say, okay, give us 30 cents, on the dollar, and then I would definitely run over and give them a check for that.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be badass. Okay, so it looks like your value is there because you're only in it for 121, 31, 41, 51 for 155 plus closing costs 157, 58.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's say 160.
Okay.
So that is a deal.
And it's worth 230.
Yeah, I got that right here.
Yeah, and that was through a CMA from my realtor.
Yep, so we're good with that. Total all in. Shoot, I say that's a good deal. Okay, so we get we're past the point that that's a deal. So we're good with that. So where are we at? Just tell me. I'm just looking at your stuff. We can go over some of the stuff together, but it looks airtight to me.
Yeah. So basically, I have a living will and trust, which is a holding company in Wyoming, and then I have a separate LLC, which will be the beneficiary is the living will and trust. The trustee is a LLC called LLMC LLC, and it's also in Wyoming.
That's you.
And that's me, and I will be the managing member of that.
You can.
So what I'm going to start with is the anonymity in Wyoming. So again, the whole own nothing but control everything. That's my rules when it comes to. I mean, you could scan me right now on any Skip Genie, and you would see I own nothing. Okay, which is nice.
You might not want to take them, my viewers, that far. I think you're on 100. They don't need to go that far, but they
And then with Wyoming, they have certain rules. They have 5 steps, and I can't even remember what they are. That if they try and pierce a LLC, that they can only use 5 steps in which, but your anonymity will remain intact, if I remember right.
Good.
Only in Wyoming and Nevada are these two. I mean, anywhere else in the U.S., they can go over and get you.
Good gracious. So you got, I mean, I'm looking at these docs here. Are you nervous about, your seller hasn't signed this stuff yet?
No. And so that's what I also wanted to know in terms of if you've done, say, outside of your own state, and how I should set it up, or should I allow my title company to set it up through their electronic services?
Yes. So all we need. Has Your seller's ready to
Yes,
we don't say sign. They're ready to authorize or okay the paperwork, correct?
correct.
All right, we never say sign. We never say. So all we need from you right now, all they need is the purchase and sale agreement and the authorization to release. I'm presuming you got that here.
And I already have the authorization for release, and that I've confirmed, and Wells Fargo has that, and I have that copy also.
So you have the seller has signed the authorization to release and given you the social.
Yes, that's correct.
That's all you need, Ed. Don't do anything else. See, a lot of us want to kind of get the thing rolling. We want the higher power, the attorney, to explain all of the other stuff that goes along with that loan, not you, because you have a what do they call it? A subjective way. If you're explaining it, you're doing it for what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to go out there and do what's best for somebody else. They're going to work. So the attorney is going to explain it to them, third party. Like, look, I don't care. I'm representing both of y'all. I'm explaining it to you. Boom, so they understand exactly what they're signing. So
Okay.
all you need now, dude, purchase and sale agreement, authorization to release. That's it.
Okay.
On that.
And then my other question is, I sent you a copy of the deed or the note that he signed, and on it says that it's not assumable.
Yeah, they all say that. Hold on a second. No, the deed. Okay, you went down to the courthouse, or your title company did a title search?
Company pulled it for me.
Man, you are on the damn. Good God, I'll be. Whew. I don't want to go up against you in court. I tell you that. This loan is not assumable without the approval of the Department of VA. Yeah, I don't care. Borrower, yep, 136,000 due 42. So you got 20 years left. You're walking back in time, Ed. You're taking over. Do you realize what you're doing? You're walking back in time. You're taking over a loan at the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
All that interest has been paid. Now you get to come.
Exactly. Yeah, it's insane when I went over the numbers, and that's why I was like, am I doing this correctly?
It's too good to be true. I don't even believe it.
So to have like I said, my Christmas gift to myself was to have an hour of coaching with you, so that I get more familiar with the process.
Yep.
And and I'm not one of those guys that doesn't, I don't do the paralysis by analysis. I try to do the best I can, and then I understand if I make a mistake, then someone's going to catch it, and we correct it, and we keep moving on, and then we just register so we don't do that the next time.
Well, here's the thing, man. I don't want, there is a possibility that the lender will come in and call your loan, but that's a personal, I'm willing to take that risk, so I don't know where you are with that risk level. So I don't really care.
That doesn't bother me. Since you have the CYA and you have the power of attorney, and you go, well, you know what? They're calling the note, so therefore I have the power of attorney as long as it was just described in the closing process. The property could come back to you if the financing company comes back and says,
put it back.
Yeah, put it back, and then it goes back in your name, and I walk away.
Well, you still got that 30 out there, though.
Yeah, and I still got that 30, or if I wanted to right now, I could buy it for 141.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Here's the thing: even if they call it dude, you can always get the seller on board with you and deed it. Deed it back to them. They do a lease option on the finance. I mean, there's so many things you can do.
Yeah, so
make you cool with that.
Yeah, and I'm not overly scared. I've done numerous real estate deals. It's just I haven't done a subject to.
Gotcha. And it could be a little overwhelming just understanding the concepts and all the layers of documents because I was nervous as hell on my first one. I just knew the bank was gonna just show up and say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, so but luckily there are no subject to police. Thank God.
Yeah, and really, it's also making sure that I get all the correct documents because I went back over one of your YouTube videos on the land trust and the subject to that you went over with what's his name, Eddie,
Yep. Yep.
Eddie, Mr. Transaction Engineer,
Yep.
and so I went over those and again I bought Bill Bronchick's documents also,
Yep.
and so I was able to get all my information in and like I said, if I can get on board and all my documents and I can talk with my closing or my title company, I want to try and get this wrapped up before the end of the year.
Yeah, I would.
And you know, and then you know, hopefully move in sometime in January. And
When's your lease up at the house?
it's up in about 6 months, but I pay an extra month and then they'll let me out.
Yeah, I just move on. So you're gonna have to fill out your trust here. You're gonna have to turn that in when you turn in the I'm sorry, let me blow it up.
Yeah, I thought I sent you one that was filled up. There's one that is listed as there's a doc in there called Land Trust Agreement with the address.
Oh, I got you. Man, you are just on the ball, land trust.
I might have sent you an extra one just. Oh, maybe I didn't, Phil. I thought I filled one out with.
It says name and address on it.
Yeah, I thought I had filled one out with utilizing Bill Bronchick's because all you do is you enter in a couple of. I thought I had done that.
That's okay. Well, as long as you got it, when you go to the attorney or title company, they're gonna have an attorney. They're gonna ask for this stuff.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Where's the trust?" Because they aren't gonna want to. You know, they're like,
yeah, and I have all my docs for my LLCs and my holding companies, and you know, initially it'll take just them scanning and getting all that information, but then they'll have them. And once we do one, and then I'm just, you know, here comes the second one, here comes the third one, and so forth.
"Man, you're on the ball, brother. You got everything here. You're even trustee affidavit. I mean, you're going above and beyond what we do. I mean, if you're rolling with Bill, you can't lose with that. Trustee certification.
Yeah, the affidavit.
Yep, that just says it is what it is.
Yeah.
A trust. So, man, you got it on the ball here, brother. Only thing I see. Well, your contract. So you got your contract here and your reinstatement fees. Only thing I didn't see is the total amount for the. Oh, here no. Where's the total amount that you're taking over?
The 121.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because I see the arrears, but I don't see the total.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me shoot you a quick email.
And let me tell you what you're saying here. This is saying you're taking it subject to all of this.
Okay.
This means you're not paying this off. So we want to turn this around, though, right? Or we want to pay this off, right? Or we do not.
Yeah. We're gonna. I'm gonna have to bring a check for $33,000 or $34,000 to the closing.
I'm not worried about these guys here. You can. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about them.
Okay.
But this 29. What's wrong with my thing? This here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That might be scary coming up later. They might want to start some foreclosure proceedings the first of the year on that. But what you're saying here is the property will be transferred subject to the following liens. Okay, so I want you to make sure we're on the same page. This is where your debt needs to be the full debt. That 121 needs to be right here.
Okay.
And then you're going to reinstate it. You can put that since this is Bill's contract. Okay, here we go. Purchase earnest money. $100. Approximate amount. Let me read this. Yep, right there. Balance due. Yeah, we got to put that somewhere. Amount to be taken subject to. Should be amount. Right here, we got to change that to loan to be taken subject to. Can you change that in the? I have
Yeah,
a P.
I think I can. And let me make a note of that.
Subject to means it's staying in place.
Loan. You said what was the statement? Subject to.
Just instead of loan payoff, loan to be taken subject to. Just change your language there.
Taken.
Oh, hold up. Credit for taking property subject. Oh no, let me read. Let me just read here. Credit for taking property subject to existing. No, we're not getting a credit. I don't know what that means. Well, maybe that is a credit. Okay, well, looks like he has. Okay, Bill has a line here. Maybe you should just put that here. That is a credit. Listen, all lien amounts are estimates based on seller disclosures. Let me read here real quick. There we go. So you're getting a credit here. See, these damn attorneys, Bill is just, he's a beast. So you're getting a credit. That's your principal has to be, you're taking the subject to. He has it right here. So this is a lien amount or estimates, right? So credit may be adjusted at, because we don't know what it is. You won't know what it is until you go to closing.
Okay. See, this is why I think this was a good deal for me. At least to go through.
Yeah, we got to move that. That's right.
Yeah, let's move. And so you said on the encumbrances, just take out the Ladera Town Housing Homeowners Association.
Well,
and I'll deal with them when I deal with them.
I wouldn't care.
Okay.
I would pay them $200 a month. What, whatever. I wouldn't want that money to be dragged out because it ain't on my credit.
That's true, huh?
But you can pay that off over time. Let's say, how much is the HOA a month?
I believe it was $77 a month.
So let's say you do $200 a month.
Yeah.
An extra $120. I don't know. Or whatever, or pay it all, or get them to do a discount. But that's at least, I wouldn't even deal with them until after, I wouldn't even worry about them. But this Wells Fargo, like, we need to change that. That needs to be that one encumbrances. You're not taking it over. Let me read this again. Subject to the following liens. You are taking it subject to the HOA liens because you're not paying it off. You are taking it subject to those HOA liens, okay?
Okay.
But you are going to be paying off the arrears. So the arrears you won't take sub to, but you will take the principal amount because you're not going to pay off the 121. Correct? I want to make sure I'm talking to you right.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay off the 121.
So that is what you're taking subject to, the principal, not the arrears. So you will pay the arrears at closing, right? I'm not saying you have to. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. Yeah, in order to make the loan current and then start over.
It would probably make you sleep better at night if you paid them at closing. But I know some investors that I'm telling you, I've bought houses with not even, but I'm not saying to do that. But so this would make you sleep at night, paying that reinstatement figures.
Well, yeah, and then I could actually move in and then not have to move out the next month.
So yeah, we need to change that to that 121 or whatever it is. Yeah, we definitely do not want to take it subject to the reinstatement amount if you're planning on paying it off. And then you can put that down here. I'm presuming Bill has this for subject to existing loans. When you put that there, credit. I would have to look at this thing again. I don't know. Let me read this while you're writing.
Okay.
Property subject to the existing loan. taking the property for this. In the event that the existing balance of the liens taken subject to or less than stated herein, the purchase price shall be reduced accordingly, and any cash due seller at closing shall be reduced. I don't know. Ed, we're looking at this. Loan payoff. We're not paying off the loan. Amount cured, yes. I don't even know if we want to credit for taking property subject to. I don't know if you're getting a credit either. I mean, you might want to ask your close. See, here's the thing. We just put loan to be taken subject to. Boom, right there.
Okay.
So I don't know what credit you're getting, but if you want to, on the docs we use, it just says loan to be taken subject to. Boom.
Okay.
You got to put it on here, bro. If not, they think you're bringing money to closing.
All right.
So yeah, you either, if you want to put it here or on that loan. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know Bill's docs like he does. But that loan payoff, there is no loan payoff. I want to see loan to be taken subject to, and it's approximate, right? Because you don't know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, right now the amount that I got from Wells Fargo was, let me look back through my docs here, and
Maybe Bill.
yeah, it's yeah. Where are you at?
As long as you got a ballpark number, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, and like you said, it'll be all based upon the title company getting the So Wells Fargo actually sent me two documents.
What you got?
One was the payoff, the mortgage payoff,
which is 121 plus 29.
Well, what they have right now, the unpaid principal balance was 121,769.
Okay.
And then they have all kinds of like overdrafts and unpaid balances and late fees.
Good Lord.
And right now that would bring that to 141,843.
That's this 29?
No. That 29 is another figure from a different document that was the let's see, that's from December 7th, and that was the reinstatement quote that Wells Fargo gave me.
How much of that 20,000 in fees is included in the reinstatement?
Well,
we got to find that out.
What was the question again? How much?
It sounds like we have two figures here. Give me the first one.
29,473.
I got that here. That's the reinstatement.
Yeah, and then the to pay off is 141,843.15.
All right, let me do this. Just the payoff. Something doesn't look right. To reinstate, if they only owe 121, but the payoff is 141, why are their arrears 29?
Yeah.
Some digging on that.
Well, what I also did was I also called them to ask them to break down, and I haven't received that document, a breakdown of making the loan current, so that they can, I will have a breakdown of that 29,000.
Yeah, something's funny.
Yeah. So I haven't received that email yet.
When you see the one, I wish you could scan it. the document that has the total 141. How do we get from principal? Let me just right here. This is principal balance.
Well, let's see if you can see this on the. Can you see that on the?
Let's see. Hold tight. Yeah, you got all that stuff. What is it? That totals 21,000. Oh, that totals.
That's the payoff.
Okay, the payoff. But I see you got 29 at the bottom.
Yeah, I just wrote that via a phone call I had, and
Yeah.
then I confirmed it with an email.
Gotcha.
So that's the 141, and then here's the email I got regarding the reinstatement. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, something not right. It looks like we got some fees somewhere. That's fine. That's good.
Okay.
We got some fees somewhere, Ed, that aren't adding up.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why I asked for a breakdown, and because I was like, well, are the HOA liens involved? Are they added in? And
What'd she say?
and she didn't know. She was going to order the breakdown, so yeah, I haven't received that yet. And that I had that conversation last Thursday with the bank.
I have yet, and I don't claim to know everything. I haven't yet to see a lender collect HOAs in the monthly payment. Have you?
I've not. No.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that. We need to find out why isn't the total payoff 121 plus 29? Is that what you were thinking?
No, that's what I was thinking, but it's actually 121 plus the 20.
Yeah, something. What?
So it's 141.8 or 142 is what it is, the payoff.
You're right here.
Yeah.
Something's funky.
So,
they may have some type of a what I have seen with sellers, the lenders will work out some type of agreement of forbearance, let's say in year 1, right? And then they agree to it, and then they'll change it and add some stuff on the back end. But yeah, we need to you got to find out why. Let me ask you, did you ask the seller if it's 20, why is it 29?
Well, he was pretty close with the 29. The 20, the 141 that came in, that was from Wells Fargo. So his numbers and the 29 were really close when I spoke with him toward the end of November.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah, we gotta get that breakdown.
Yeah, that's the only concern. I mean, if I can bring less money to the deal, then I will.
Well, let me ask you, when the lenders, I wouldn't necessarily. Did you ask them to fax or email it to you so we can get this stuff faster?
Yeah, fax it. And that's how I've been getting it is fax.
Why take them? Oh, well, you just talked to them Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, and yeah, they're slower, and yeah, they're slower than anything.
So let's think about this. Okay, so we got to put a pin in that and come back to it. But still, you can.
Yeah.
I think we need to get this paperwork signed from the seller before he gets struck by lightning
or he changes his mind.
Yeah, we need to get the paperwork, dude. Yeah, just get that contract. You can always change the numbers on the contract. He can initial it, but get that. Oh man, we gotta get that paperwork signed, Ed. So the purchase and sale agreement. Once again, these aren't my docs. So I'm looking at what I would like to see is loan here to be taken subject to. I'll put that 121 blah 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 right there, and it says approximate amount.
Yeah.
I don't know what credit. Maybe I don't know if bill means it's a credit here. You can try both of those, but as long as you got something to saying it's being taken subject to. What does the seller want any money out of this?
No.
Okay.
But I put $100 in there for just what do they call that? Equitable interest.
Yeah.
And therefore it's $100.
I'm good with that.
and I didn't want to go over that amount.
Now, how about closing costs?
I will once I get this blessed by my escrow agent or closing agent, then from there I will. Now, do you get, another question I had was, do you get warranty title insurance? Do you get a warranty deed? Is that how you usually do it? So you can get title insurance?
You want to make sure you cover your butt. See, here's the thing with this one. I call this having a big piece of meat on the bone. Right? You got a bunch of equity here, bro.
Yeah.
So you need to protect that equity, especially when you're bringing money. So you need to make sure you get a warranty deed. Oh, here we use something called a general warranty. Get a warranty deed, get title insurance, and you can get that. You can get it. Some companies or attorneys will say you can't do that, but you just got to move to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. And if my title company says we can't do this, I already have another one set up.
Yeah, so, you're in New Mexico. I got somebody. Matter of fact, Roundup. If anybody's listening, I see somebody. Matter of fact, somebody always here saying they're from New Mexico. So if you don't, y'all need to come together, and so y'all can. These people are hard to find, man. They just don't broadcast this stuff everywhere.
Well, they don't understand it, and the thing about it is they don't want to admit they don't understand it.
Yeah,
that's the it's like. Yeah, you can buy a house. I mean, I've talked to a couple of real estate investors and they go, no, that's illegal. And I'm going, no, it's not. And so I just move on and I go, okay, well, must be a newbie or something.
No, you'd be surprised. I know dudes doing this 30 years never did sub 2, bro. So
yeah,
you were just aware. Now our closing here, we're not closing on the 18th, y'all. We got to move this back.
Yeah, I will. That was just initially just what I went and put down.
Yep.
And but I was more, like I said, I'd rather do something and make a mistake and learn from it than not do anything.
There you go. Man, you got to beat the man. Shit, you good here. Good God. But these documents here, you could pretty much rob a bank and you'd be good.
I don't want to do that. I just want to buy property subject to and keep my name off of it. And as people look for me and they go, you know what? Don't sue that guy because he don't own anything.
I love it. I don't own nothing. But you know what? It's not like you're doing anything illegal or wrong. It's just, man, litigious society we're in.
And in my mind, when I talk to people, they say, well, that's illegal. And I said, well, I'm helping people. They're not going to go through a foreclosure and it's not going to be on their record. And the benefit to me is I'm putting my money up on this.
You're the one that has the risk.
I'm the big risk taker.
Yes.
And all they're doing is putting up their equity because they don't even live in the state anymore.
And they don't have any money to deal with it. It's a loan. People think,
yeah, exactly.
You can build that back up.
Uh-huh. And therefore, in 7 years or whenever I buy it or I sell it or whatever I choose to do with it, I could keep it as a rental.
Man, I wouldn't let this one go, bro. You got any pictures you can share on the screen?
I do not. I do not. But I seen where you put the address, so hopefully the guy from New Mexico doesn't. Oh
man, he ain't thinking about that.
Thank God, I haven't had that happen to me, so I'm lucky.
He got a bigger fish to fry than this house. He probably hadn't even thought about this house.
Yeah, but really, my in trying to take up some time, I'll share with you my first deal that my son and I did because my son's my business partner.
Okay, we good here?
Yeah, we're good, and I know where to go. Just so everyone hears this.
Bunch of questions come in.
And but my first deal that got me in was a home that it's in the state of New Mexico. I bought it for $1,000. It was 1.5 acres in a really nice area. It had about 1,000 square foot home on it. I bought the property for $1,000. Everything.
Wow.
$1,000 in a really nice mountainous area in New Mexico. I'll say it. That's all.
Beautiful out there, man.
I ended up selling it for $130,000.
Holy cow!
And I put $20,000 into it, so altogether I had maybe $25,000.
Well, how'd you get it for a G?
That's what I offered the lady because it had been her late husband's home, and she just wanted out of it. And so when I went and spoke with her, I said, well, I didn't have a lot of money back then. I said, I got $1,000. Yeah, sign it. Let's do the deal. I went through my title company and everything was legal. I bought it for $1,000. I made $100,000 out of the deal.
Wow.
And that's what started the ball rolling. And then it just went to the second house, the third, and then just now rents. So it's possible. And I have a lot of my golfing buddies. They always ask me, what do you do? You're always out here and we're working our rear ends off and you're out here anytime you want.
You should help them dudes, man.
And I said, well, all you got to do is loan me some money and I can make you a return.
Good for you.
And I said, I won't bring you any of the borderline deals. I'll only bring you something you can make money on. So I've got a couple of private money lenders lined up, but I just haven't found that.
Yeah.
I want to save those sweet deals for myself.
There you go.
I'm not trying to be greedy. It's just I'm trying to build my empire.
Yeah, man.
That's why I don't work for Chevron anymore. And that's why I'm building my own dream.
Listen, RW asking, can you paint a perfect, nothing's perfect, the scenario of offering subject to, Ed? I want you to tell my viewers, why did you offer this person subject to as opposed to paying cash, as opposed to getting a gun loan? Tell me about that so they can kind of see the picture of that.
Well, it was because there was quite a bit of equity on it, number one. Number two is I didn't want to have as much money in the whole deal. I mean, if I can pay, well, right here it's $34,000 versus $141,000.
Yo, actually that's 29. So it's
29. Yeah, arrears. Yeah, then I don't have to use a lot of my money, and I can invest my other money elsewhere.
I want people to understand that whenever I tell you, whenever you can get a house without having to go qualify for a loan, I'm telling you, y'all.
Exactly.
I don't think, it's weird. I've tried to sell these things to other investors, right? Look, dude, this is what you're getting. You can't make people understand it when they're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to buy a house, dude, and you ain't even got to turn in tax returns. So when you understand it, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and plus it's owned by your land trust, and you're not even in the deal. And therefore, again, your anonymity, I just layered my anonymity, I invested my money in the right ways with my attorneys to where now they're going to have to pretty much, my business address is in Cheyenne, Wyoming at a P.O. box. And so I don't know many lawyers are going to sit out in Cheyenne, Wyoming, waiting for someone to go open the P.O. box to catch someone and say, okay, here you're served.
You're crazy, man. That is a good point. That's hard to serve somebody at a P.O. box.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be expensive too.
Yeah, it could be. And so and they can look and search and they'll never know.
Yeah. So
that's
Timothy wants to know, Ed, what price range did you start out with, or what price range? I guess you can't recommend. We don't know where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's really understanding your market. It's being able to dissect your market by zip codes. And number one, knowing where you want to wholesale. Number two, knowing where you want to lease option. And number three, where you want to buy and hold.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not that sophisticated of an investor to want Section 8 yet. But eventually, yes, I will get there to where I will be comfortable dealing with Section 8 properties, because that's guaranteed money.
Yes, sir.
And so eventually one of these days I will.
Yeah. Twyla wants to know, Ed, how much are you giving the seller? I know we covered it, but I want you to just paint the picture, because I usually, at the end of the day, I usually give them $500. So
yeah, I'm $100. And a lot of people in New Mexico do a lot of redemption rights also.
Explain that. That's after you buy it.
After, yeah, the auction. It's gone to auction, so you give the person that owns the property.
Is that the foreclosee?
Yeah.
Foreclosure.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I hope I'm.
The bank, it's the person that owns the home that's going through the foreclosure process. You get them, you sign them up, and you give them, say, half of their redemption rights money initially, and then you give them the second half, whether you sell the paper or you buy it yourself. And a lot of huh?
You won't have to deal with redemption here if he sells it right now. It doesn't go through the auction.
Yeah. No, I usually want to deal with homes before they go into the redemption rights, and therefore I can have more options.
Yeah.
And I mean, that in itself could present a lease option, opportunity.
Marquis said, Ed, can you pay down the HOA liens over time? If so, can you buy subject to with the liens and wipe the liens out?
I don't know if you can wipe the liens because the state of New Mexico is a super lien state.
What does that mean?
Where the HOAs have a lot of pull.
Yeah.
With their what do you call them? They're the people that go to the legislators, the
lobby.
Yeah, the lobbyists. There you go. And they have some pulls where I haven't tried buying a property by purchasing the HOA lien, and then from there allowing it to go to foreclosure. Yeah. In which case, what I've been explained to, and I haven't researched it yet, but as I understand, if you buy the HOA lien, now you can own the property and wipe the mortgage out. But I haven't researched that yet.
So Marquis, he can go to the HOA and try to get a discount. I would recommend to do that. The person doesn't even own it anymore, but you never know. Old school, what do you say to the seller if they want to go out and affect their ability to qualify for another mortgage? Are you concerned about that at all, Ed?
No, I'm not, because I try to get their pulse, their temperature on what they're doing in terms of when I have the initial contact. Are you looking to purchase again? Are you looking, what are your long-term goals? Because that's going to help me decide the end result of how I can help you, because I have to be a problem solver for this person. And if you give me, the more information you give me initially, the better the solution is going to be at the end, so that I win and you win. And that's really it. If I profit because I risked, I risked $29,000 of my own money.
That's right. And
so I'm gonna, just like my team, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones risked it all, and now his Cowboys are worth $6 billion.
Wow, I know that.
And he risked $150 million. So he should get all the benefit.
Vince is I don't know why my thing isn't porting from Facebook. Ed, Vince wants to know, how did you find this deal here? Was this a mailer too?
This was a mailer, yeah. So you guys use REI PropStream, right?
PropStream.
Yeah. So that's what I use, REI PropStream.
So it's two. You got REI Pro, and then you got PropStream.
PropStream.
Gotcha.
And that's where I find the pre-foreclosures, and then I just start my own marketing.
Gotcha. There you got it, Vince. That's a Facebook user there. We got 85 people on here wanting to listen to Brother Ed. You got some good stuff here. Derek wants to know, has COVID made investing any better or worse in your experience?
Chris.
I want to know, Ed. I like listening.
I right before COVID, and because I am a widow, in March I had let's see here. I had a home, my latest fix and flip, and it was in Albuquerque. And the day of the funeral, after we buried my late wife, I got a full cash offer. Wow. On this fix and flip. Full cash offer, everything I wanted. And it just happened. It was divine intervention, is what I think it was. And at that point, I took my money and I paid off all my bills, and I just been cash heavy, waiting and watching. Now that doesn't mean I haven't been marketing, but because of the CARES Act, a lot of the foreclosures have been protected, and you just have to be very selective.
Man.
And look for if anything, look for vacant homes.
Yeah.
Look for vacant homes with out-of-state owners.
There you go.
That's who I pretty much market to.
Derek, it's hurt me a little bit with taking, like, Ed's being able to take this payment over. A lot of sellers I was doing deals with, they're just like, I'm just gonna sit back and see what I can't stand that. I'm gonna sit back and see what happens because they don't have a mortgage payment, So
Yeah.
people that are in the house, but if they're gone,
Yeah, and that's why if they're gone, they're moved on. If you can locate them through skip tracing,
yeah,
and you can talk to them, usually, as long as you can reason with them and they're smart, you can reason with them, and then one conversation goes to another, and you go, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to call you back in a couple of weeks, and I'll take your temperature then. Maybe your situation will change.
mm-hmm.
And you just keep following up. Before you know it, they're either going to say, don't call back, or, you know what, let's talk more.
Yeah.
And then you go. I mean, I've had single moms call me, and I try to help them more so. If I can't buy their property, I try to explain the whole foreclosure process to them and try and get them more educated versus them listening to a legal advocate, and they become more educated so they can then not get burned with all kinds of legal fees. That's, I guess, my payback.
Single moms.
Yeah.
I don't know what we do without. We love you. We love single. Oh my Lord, I don't know how they do it. And then, you know what's weird? They got to do it and look good.
Yeah, exactly.
I love them.
So yeah, I mean, that's where I get my where I pay it back.
Yes.
I try and help people. If I can't buy their homes, I at least try and educate them. Even if I sit down and buy them some coffee, and we sit down and they just want to talk, and they just want to talk to someone because they have no one to talk to.
Yeah, everybody trying to get them.
Yeah, and you walk them through it, and and they feel better and they're more educated.
So we got to wrap this up, brother. Ed, anything else I could do for you? Looks like you're good to go, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make some changes, and
don't forget, subject to means you will not pay it off.
Yes, I will not pay the 141 for the property. I'm just paying the 29.
Yes, around. You got it. Just remember, subject to. When I think about it, subject to the existing blank, whatever it is, subject to the existing taxes, subject to the existing loans, subject to the existing HOAs, subject to the existing whatever lien, second loan. You with me? So that's why it took. Once you understand that fact, then you put all that crap. I bought houses with child support, all type of stuff. So you all that comes along with the property. When you get your title insurance, they're going to do exceptions. They'll say, we'll insure this house here, except we want to insure it based on this HOA. So they'll insure everything but the HOA, which that.
Yeah.
They'll do something called title exceptions. And they'll work that out for you at closing, though. If you got any questions with that, I don't mind.
Well, and then another question I have. So when what bank account, do you have a separate bank account just for your subject twos? So you try and do your asset protections, because that's why I have my properties all in separate LLCs, so I can separate the number one, the tax advantages, number two, the no commingling of funds, and then number three, just asset protection.
Well, mine are rentals. And all my rentals come out of my rental bank account, and I just hook up the automatic pay on the internet and just So
do you have a separate, like, for your personal? Do you use your personal account? Do you use no?
So personal account. That's with my wife. I have a construction for my flip
Yeah.
bank account. Then I got my long-term hold bank account, if you will. So I got those two different ones. We keep different funds in there for that. So I pay my rental properties mortgages out of that, which I only got a few left. And then the other bank accounts where I do all my construction buying and flipping and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And really, with the market being what it is, I don't do fix and flips anymore. I'm all into just holding it right
Yeah,
now.
that's where the money is. Holding it is buying and fixing and flipping. It looks pretty and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot of heartache, and there's a lot of miss nights of sleep.
Yeah, man.
And when everyone's, and then if you say you have a break-in and they steal your toilets, and that kind of stuff I just want to stay away from. I think I've done my last fix and flip, and I'm totally into buy and hold only.
I'm telling you, the mailbox
is an excellent way to do it.
That's right, brother. Okay, Ed, you know where I'm at. You got my email. Thank you so much for providing this value to my rounduppers.
All right, man. Appreciate your time, and Merry Christmas, and have a great Happy New Year.
Okay, you too. Roundup. I see you guys. Oh yeah, don't forget, guys, the YouTube and internet marketing masterclass is this Thursday. Get signed up for that. I'll put that link in the video description if you want that as well. All right, Ed. Talk to you. Peace.